back to another episodes of the Councilmen mates. Today one boy is lost on the road, one boy is lost in the mountains, and we are doing some brackets. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Councilmen. This will be our 201st episode. Um, today will just be Ariq and Kelvin because just
Yeah.
like Ariq said, Albert doesn't want to crash because because he's driving
He's driving on the
somewhere.
road. He's
Yep,
probably lost.
and Teguh, I don't know if he's driving or not, but I don't know. I don't know
he
what
said
he's
he was
doing.
No, he said he was skiing. That's why I said he was lost in the mountains.
All right, sure. That checks out.
Uh,
when you go skiing, you just wanders off the trees, I guess, to the trees, you know.
yes, indeed.
Yeah. Basically, today we are going to do what the title and the thumbnail says. You know, we have chosen 16 movies that's set in New York, and we have put them into a bracket style kind of match up, and we'll see who wins out. Yeah, it'll just be
Mm-hmm.
that. And
Yep.
yeah, I
We're
mean,
doing it.
outside of
We're
that,
doing it in honor of Scream 6. I think it just got
oh
released.
yeah,
I
that's
think I'm
true.
not so sure. Yeah, which is
Yeah, Scream
set in
6
New
takes
York. So
place in
yeah,
New York. Yeah, and
yeah. So
also
it's
the whole reason we're doing brackets is because it's March Madness.
oh yeah, that's true.
We,
Yeah, from
even though
the
we
our
don't
thumbnail.
we do we don't contribute or watch March Madness. We know it exists.
We know think. Yep, we acknowledge its existence and we are taking ideas from it. So
Yep. And that's why we're doing brackets. Yeah, basically just that. And of course, we can't forget our usual weekly watches as well. So yeah. I don't think Albert has updated the song to have higher volumes yet. Do you still want
yep.
to play that?
I don't even know where it is.
It should be in the audio somewhere, but until it gets updated, let's just let's just not use it first.
All right.
No, I listened back. I'm like, yeah, I only can hear my ad libs like it'll just be kind of silent, and then it's just me going, "Whoa, uh huh."
Yeah, all right. We'll skip past that. All right.
All
Wait, hang
right,
on.
yeah,
Doesn't Albert usually shout something out? I forgot how we do our own
yes.
show. It's been
You
200
you want to?
episodes.
Yeah. Basically, before we do the weekly watches, let's plug first a little bit. So yeah, if you check out our podcast at the Councilman on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, Podbean, and basically every other podcast platform, we are like I'm 99% sure we are there. Yep. And if you want to catch the live stream, where you want to see our face, you can always catch us on YouTube at the same name, at the Councilman. So yeah, and of course our socials here at Councilman Show. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd if you want to check out the movies we watch. And yeah, if you want to send an email, like for job applications for us to
job
review,
job
um,
application.
go ahead. You know, we can do some resume review maybe. And yeah, of course, don't forget to smash that like button. I hope I don't rupture people's ear just now. All right. So yeah, I guess with that, let's just get into the weekly watchies. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
no
song
audio this
today.
time. Yeah, no song today. No Albert, no song.
We need an updated version of it first, or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so weekly watches, just the two of us. Let's just get into the first movie that both of us watched
Both of us
this week.
actually watch. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a 2022 movie titled Suzume no Tojimari. Yep. Or the
The
international
international
title is just
Suzume,
Suzume.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
Ah,
Suzume. Only Teguh has watched this because in Japan
it
it's
was released
released
last year. Yeah.
around the same time as Black Panther, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On 2021.
Yeah, so around the same time as Wakanda Forever, and now the international release was March 8th, I believe. Yeah, so yeah, Suzume to Dojimari. Eric, thoughts? Makoto Shinkai's third movie, probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh yeah, of course. I don't think we'll be doing spoilers because this film it's kind of you for. I think it's you for everyone, really. This movie
It's
is
new for everyone outside of Japan.
review. Go watch a Japanese review. Anyway. So so this film, I thought it was actually great as the previous Makoto Shinkai films are. It's a given.
It's
Like
a
Your
given,
Name
yeah.
and Kimi no Nawa, Your Name, or and Weathering with You.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this was a tad bit better than Weathering with You because I like the whole. There's a bit more. It's a bit more adventurous in a
This one has,
sense.
I feel like this one has more stakes in it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true.
Right? Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
and unlike the previous two films, like it's so there's some kind of like clear antagonist in this one as well. It's not like
Mm.
just as is, right? So yeah, so I kind of like that whole fact. And it's pretty cool. What else can I say about it without releasing any spoilers? But yeah, overall, I think it's a great film, but it didn't really cut it to the same extent as Kimi no Nawa. I think Kimi no
Kimi no
Nawa,
Nawa
Your Name
is another
has.
level.
Yeah, I think the feels hit harder there. It's
Mm-hmm.
fair to say. Actually, come to think of it, I think this is the least hardest hitting feeling. I mean, not to say that it doesn't cause depression to a slight extent.
It caused it caused some bits of emotional damage, but not to the extent of Kimi no Nawa. That
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I can agree. Yeah, I can agree on that.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
What's
don't
the
know why.
name?
I want to add this little detail. Me and Kelvin did not watch it together. I may have abandoned Kelvin for simping
Oh,
purposes. I watched this on a date.
it's okay. I also I'm gonna be watching it again sometime soon.
Oh,
For simping purposes.
for simping purposes, I shall watch it again. Very
Something,
nice. Very
something,
nice.
some. So I watched this movie with with one of my friend from what's the name that goes to the same unit in Japan, right? And this movie takes place in the Kyushu area,
Yeah, it was.
which is where I was in, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I was like about to say
when they
that. Yeah.
start speaking Japanese in this movie, me and my friend were like, "Oh, this sounds so natural." Like when we hear the like Kimi no Nawa and Weathering with You one, like we understand, but
Oh, like
it's not the Kyushu dialect. So
right,
this
right.
one they're
That
using the
like
Kyushu dialect.
Tokyo dialect is different from
Yeah,
Kyushu.
right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, from the Kyushu one. That's why when listen to this, I'm like, oh, this is just like back then. Oh, and then they show off the map. They're like, oh, they're in Kyushu. Oh yeah, baby, let's go.
yeah, that's why I was surprised. Oh, wait, that's where Kelvin used to be. Actually, wait, I want to ask this, Kelvin. And when you watched in theaters, did your subtitles have both English
Both
and
English and
Indonesian?
Indonesian. Yep.
Yeah, that was surprising for me. I was like, wait,
Yeah,
they
I
have the
know.
English subs as well.
Because back
Some of
then,
you might
Weathering
not
with
know
You
they didn't have
is
it. We
only
didn't.
yeah only
It's
the
only Indo.
Indonesian. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this
yeah.
may be some surprise to some people, but we're actually not that good at speaking our own like local language. So
No,
the
we are
English
not.
subs for the English subs for me did make the story like a lot easier to understand. So that was what, good on them. I like that.
Yeah. Uh, this is very nit. This. Oh wait. Before getting to the nitpick, I guess. Another
Okay, yeah.
thing I like to say when at one point when they're on a ferry, I'm
Yeah.
like that's just too relatable.
I can somewhat relate it a bit when I was crossing the ferry to Bali, but it's not probably the same thing.
I mean.
It's a
like
fairy.
they show there's not spoiler by any means. They
Yeah.
basically just show a shot of like a random people like sleeping on the floor kind of thing, and
Oh,
that's
is that
like,
like
oh,
oh, is that like
that's the
common?
cheapest option when I went on a ferry.
Oh damn.
I had to sleep on the
Actually,
floor, and then I cannot sleep on my part because the guy next to me rolled over to my side. I'm like, there are no walls between the place where you sleep,
mm, I,
which is
actually wait before
dumb.
before you get to the nitpicky part. I just want to say, what was your audience reaction in your theater? Because in mine, they were actually like reacting quite a bit. Not quite a bit, quite a
Let me
lot. They're cheering, not cheering, they're laughing. They even cheered in the end.
let me
Like
tell you
you expect
something.
and why? Yeah, why?
I went to a failing mall,
What?
right,
What a
to
way.
watch this movie,
Yeah, yeah. What a way.
and in my theater, there, with me included, I think there are a total of 10 people.
There's 10 There's 10 people.
There are a total of 10 people, so no, we did not hear too much reaction.
Okay, all right, fair. You know what, then people, yeah, it's kind of dead regardless what movie you're watching. Could be Endgame, but if there's only 10 people.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, because when I watched it, like, yeah, the cinema was kind of full, even though it was on a bloody Wednesday afternoon where
Mm,
people should be working, but I'm
Man,
not.
there are more weeps now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
All right, right. So, yeah,
yeah.
what's the nitpick?
Here's my nitpick. All right. Something Kim Nawa and Weathering with You have is that
Yep,
they have a song, like they have a song with lyrics in the
right.
movie, kind of thing. This doesn't, and they only have it on the credits, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
noticed.
I don't know. That's just kind of like, oh, I was hoping for a banger song from like in the movie that will
In the
make me like,
movies, not.
oh, I want to listen to it again, kind of thing. But they didn't really have that. Yeah,
Oh, okay, that explains why I didn't have the feel to like, oh, I need to listen to it again because it didn't.
right?
Yeah, you're right. It did not play in the film. It played in the credits. I mean, the song
Yeah,
was good. It's just like they didn't, they didn't play it in the film.
they didn't have a moment in the movie itself
Yeah,
with that song, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So okay, that makes sense. All
uh,
right.
that is It's the same band, by the way, that made the song for all three Makoto Shinkai, the Kimi no Na wa, Tenkinoko, and
And
Suzume. Is Rat Wims. It's the same band.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been
Mako,
reliable. So.
yeah. Makoto Shinkai, Rat Wims, shake hand emoji. Yeah. Honestly, though, like from Makoto Shinkai, you can expect the usual. Amazing animation. The scenery is like on point with like, oh, that's a Kyushu I know kind of thing. Yeah. Um. Yeah, pretty much that. And oh, right, me and Teguh talked about this a bit. Like this girl is, I have to say, this girl or this family, I guess, they're pretty rich.
Which one?
Because the main character, right?
Oh, right.
Because in the movie they travel kind of far away, and me and Tagu counting the amount of yens they need. That's like, all right, that's a bit expensive, all right.
Their travel
especially
fare is
si-
expensive.
yeah, especially since she's still a high schooler in
Mm.
this movie. So yeah, just that.
Yeah, that's true,
Um,
actually.
Actually, is do you catch any like reference to Kim no Na wa or Tenkinoko
I
in this movie?
did not. Personally, I did not. I
Okay,
don't
yeah,
know if I'm
I
not
didn't either.
aware. Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I was wondering if you or Tagu caught something, but I was like, I guess I'm not getting answers.
yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
there just isn't any.
Yeah. Every time I
Yeah.
see a character appear for like a brief interaction with the main character, I'm like, is that the guy from Kibuno now, or is that the guy from like Withering with You?
Wondering
No.
with you?
I was like, okay, it's not the guy or the girl, it's just someone, just some
It's just
person.
some random dude.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
random dude.
Uh, but yeah, this one definitely has a lot more action. Yeah,
Right, that's
this
true.
one has
It's
a
more
lot more
action.
action, a lot more stakes. But and yeah. I think this one though, like out of the three, this one is the most wholesome.
Mm.
I would say, yeah. This was the most wholesome, especially when we're just following Suzume traveling with the chair Sato, I think the name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
they're like the interactions and everything. They're pretty wholesome, really wholesome actually.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
wholesome. They're pretty pretty cute. Yeah,
Yeah, so out of the three movies that we've Makoto Shinkai movies, this one is the most wholesome one. I
yeah.
think at least. I need to I should rewatch Kimi no Na wa and Tenkinoko again.
I
Yeah.
know, but I would too, but I'm not ready for emotional trauma again.
I'm still yeah. I'm still recovering from plastic memories. How long has it been?
It's been like more than a year. But yeah, so what's the overall rating, Kelvin? We've already discussed
Overall
this off
rating?
stream.
Um like all Makoto Shinkai movies, it's still a 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah. Right. So I gave
Okay.
this film a 3 out of 5 for three legged chairs. I'm just kidding. That'd be funny
Three
though if that
legged
was the reason.
a 3 out of 3 legged chair. That's still max score.
That's still my score. Yeah, it is. That's how much I give it, which is a 5 out of 5 as well. It's a
Yep.
clean sweep. Very good film.
Actually, out of the three, do we agree that right? Kinawa is number one,
Mm.
Suzume is number two, and then Where the Ring with You is number three. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty much the majority like consensus.
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to get her involved. I forgot if my date said she preferred Suzume or Weathering with You. No, I think, and yeah, I think it was the other way around. I think she preferred Weathering with You more. Boo. Boo.
Boo.
No, no,
Boo.
just-
Ariq, send her my
Huh?
regards.
Send her.
Boo.
Okay, boo. 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 You disagree with us. Boo. But yeah. Yeah,
All right. Yeah. If it's out in the US or something, you should really watch Suzume. It's great. Yeah. Or whenever it's on stream, I guess. I don't know when that will be. Japanese movie tends to not be on stream for a long time. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's one movie that we watch. That two of us watch. I think Arik got some other movies. What else
I
you watch, Arik?
I watch. Wait, let me just Google. Is it? Is this a? Actually, I'm not sure about this because one, it's not really a film. Two, is it in
Is
2020?
it
Or is
really a
it?
film? What?
I don't know. You'll understand why. Because Albert has
Okay.
seen it before. Ah, there you go.
Is
Ah,
it like short? Is it like a shorts?
oh, it's this. Yes. Albert has mentioned this long time ago, but I watch Hamilton,
Oh, Hamilton.
which
Oh,
is not a film. It's a play. I think. Like yeah, I think as Albert has mentioned, or some of you have known. But yeah, no, I was it was just curious about it really, and well, basically, right? One, I didn't expect it to be so long, but then again, it is a whole a whole ass
wait,
Broadway play.
how long was it?
You can find this on Disney Plus, and it's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Ooh, that's
Woo!
long. That's long.
It's
That's
pretty
almost
long.
3 hours.
It's
Yeah.
almost 3 hours. Yeah, it's a pretty long play, but yeah, like so again, like I'm not used to watching this, right? So one, because it's not a film, it's literally like a musical play, so everything is done, with lyrics. It's a bit like watching.
It's like Les Miserables.
Yeah, that. Yeah, Les Miserables. Was like, what was
Yeah.
the thing called? Yeah, so it's like watching Les Miserables. So it's all like pure lyrics and music. Um, I'll start off with the bad stuff first. I get well, bad stuff as in like stuff that I'm not like used to. I guess it's like one, it's hard for me to kind of understand the story through lyric because I am not very I'm kind of illiterate in a way. It's a bit tough for me to understand that, to catch some of the points, and of course, right, some points it did feel quite long. 'Cause they also like to include a lot of stuff in there. It's not just drama. There's a bit of politics. If you're wondering what the story is about, it's like part of it is it's like following the story of a guy named Alexander Hamilton, but it's also like involving the like American history, American
Wait,
Revolution, founding fathers.
Alexander Hamilton is not a real guy?
I'm not sure if he's a real guy or not.
What?
I didn't Google this fact.
I thought he was real.
I did not Google this fact, but I don't. I think he may be real. I guess he is. He a
Alexander
real guy?
Hamilton is real.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's a real guy. Okay, so yeah, I guess there's a story about him, and it's involving like his part in like founding America, revolution, politics, this and that. So yeah, overall, I actually quite enjoyed it. Basically, right, what I was watching was essentially a modern musical, like Broadway about American history is what I was watching. So they did have, I mean, have you ever seen Thomas Jefferson, the second president of the United States of America, doing a rap battle?
I
That's
I
pretty
think
lit,
Epic Rap
bro.
Battle History did that.
Oh, okay, but in the play, he had like a full on like one of those like old 17th century outfit or no 18th century
Ooh.
outfit, but it's
Hmm.
full purple, so he's like dripping. Man's
That's dripping.
dripping.
That
Yeah.
he is drippy. Thomas is drippy.
Thomas Jefferson, more like Thomas Jefferson.
Whoa!
Whoa,
Whoa!
whoa. But yeah, so like yeah, no, I like their like implementation of like I guess more modern music to it. Makes it more entertaining, at least for me. And
Hmm.
overall, the story as well is actually quite powerful, especially near the end. I didn't cry, but I tear up a little bit.
Damn.
Like I said, that's
You
why I said
haven't
my
shed a
name is
tear.
it's music and depression. It's actually quite sad. So, but yeah, no, overall it's pretty good. I think the main actor who played Alexander Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda. You know him from he makes songs in Moana. So
Yep.
he's pretty good.
Oh,
And also like it's weird, but it's like I know this is like a recording of like a play, but sometimes they do have like this. They sometimes use camera work to capture the moment sometimes. Like I'm
mm.
like some parts of it actually did feel like an actual film. So
Like
yeah,
I
that was
remember there
cool.
was a whole debate at one point, like, is should this be counted as a movie, kind of thing,
Mm.
because they are using like movie magic with the camera works and stuff, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's why I'm not so sure why if it's a movie or not. The reason why I decided to count it is because it is on Letterbox.
yeah.
It's on Letterbox. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, we'll allow it.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
We'll allow it. It's on Letterbox. So
So how
yeah,
much you give it, Rick?
I gave it. This might piss some people off. Maybe even yeah, it will piss Albert off. He gave it a 5 out of 5. I gave this a 4 out of 5 because I was like I said, there were some confusion parts. Okay, there's some parts where I got confused and did not understand. It's technically the fault of the viewer, not the creator. So yeah, yes, a
You know
solid
what?
4 out of 5.
Fair, fair. That's fair. 4 out of 5 is still pretty high. It's still like it's still high.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's
Yeah,
very good.
yeah.
Yes, highly
All right.
recommend if you have 2 hours and 40 minutes to spare.
Isn't that the same runtime as It Chapter 2?
Chapter 2, I think Wakanda Forever also.
Really? Let me see. Oh wait, never mind. It Chapter 2 is longer. It's 2 hour 50 minutes.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, is that long? Huh. But yeah.
Wakanda Forever. Yeah, it is the same runtime as Wakanda Forever. All right, so
All right, all right,
you
all right.
guys can watch Wakanda Forever or this, which I think this is better.
Hmm. Actually, like how many movies do you have?
I have one more.
You have one more? Okay, then I'll just talk about uh because the rest of the outside of Suzume, the other movies I watch are all parts of
Bracket.
the brackets. So I was thinking I'll just like save some of them for there for that, but whatever. All right, I want to talk about this thing, Cloverfield. The first one I just watched. It's a was it 2008 movie? Uh, I'm I'm genuinely surprised. I thought Cloverfield is just okay movie kind of thing. I enjoyed it a lot. It's basically a was it found footage
Found footage. Yeah,
kind of
found
movies,
footage.
right? Yeah. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of shaky cams, a lot of like I can't see what the hell is going on. This is just
yeah.
dark. But overall, it's like um it keeps you in the moment, I guess, right? When like it's just cool to see when the head of the Statue of Liberty just got like thrown into like the streets, and you get to see that in a found footage kind of thing. That's like whoa, that's a close one kind of thing. Yeah. Uh, Honestly, really enjoyed it. Um, the only I guess I give it pretty high. I give it a 4.5. No, not a 4.5. I mean 4 out of 5. Could be recency bias, but the one thing that I absolutely hate is still the whole is Rob, like the I think one of the main character. His whole
Oh,
goal is that he wants to save his um um girlfriend. Not
oh,
not really girlfriend, I guess.
oh, he's
Like
simping. He's
he's
man
simping. Yeah,
simping.
he's simping.
He's
He's down
he's
bad,
man.
right?
He's down bad. Okay.
So he wanted to save her, but it's like I mean she is alive, I guess, when they found her, but it's still like you could have died so many times. Just like yeah, you could have died so many times just to save one person. And spoiler, I guess, at the end of the movie, none of them is alive anyway, kind of
I
thing.
remember the endings.
Yeah, it's just like you could have just saved yourself, man. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, honestly, Cloverfield's great. I think they have two other movies. I've watched one of them, which is the Cloverfield Lane. I haven't watched the other one,
Oh,
but
I've
to
never watched
my
Cloverfield Lane, so I don't know what that's about.
Cloverfield Lane is pretty good. It got uh, what is her name? Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Is that her name?
But yeah, I know I've heard that of that name. Yeah.
But Winstead. Is that her name? Yeah, yeah, yeah. She stars in it. As the main character, I guess. Yeah. And then the other one I think is Cloverfield Paradox. To my knowledge, those three movies are related, but not really related. So I don't know. Maybe we don't have to watch them in order, but yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, it's that. And I didn't know that Cloverfield. I think J.J. Abrams is one of the producer in it. That's I'm like, oh, there's a lot of lens flare.
Now I understand.
That's why there's a lot of lens flare. Yeah. But yeah, Cloverfield, I give it 4 out of 5. I like that. Maybe I'll change the score later on, but as of now, it's 4 out of 5. Yeah. How about
Actually,
you, Rick?
I remembered something about Cloverfield. I think like the found footage, right? Because they obviously just gave the actor like the
The
camera,
camera.
the hand cam, and the
Yeah.
cam, and then made him like actually film around. If I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken, out of all the footage he's done, like a lot of it actually made it to the final cut. About 25% of the
Oh,
things
that's
he did actually made it to the cut. Actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, more of it made into the cut, but it made like the early viewers like dazed because of all the moving around like this, right? So they're like, okay,
yeah.
let's cut it out. Let's cut some of the parts out that makes it dizzy, and then they just yes. So
All right. Not gonna lie though, like um, Cloverfield, like that guy, Hut, I think his name, right?
Mhm.
T.J. Miller's character.
Yeah, T.J. Miller, right? That's the actor's name.
Yeah. Like if you're in his position, I guess in that situation, he is doing such fine camera work. Like
I don't
he's running while filming, and then no, and then like sure it's shaky, but it's like if I were to do that, it'll like 90% of the movie would just be feet.
dude, if I'm like filming a vlog in a sunny day where there's no monsters attacking, it will already be like everywhere.
Yeah, you know? Th- This one is like,
It's like
you
in
know,
the
in that
midst of
situation,
panic.
that
Yeah.
character is honestly such a great what's his name? Cameraman.
Man, yeah, man is skilled and there's no like gyrating or the things that like keep it
Yeah,
steady.
the gimbal thing.
Gimbals, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
there's no
yeah, yeah.
gimbals. Oh, what a
This
dude.
is 2008. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah. Did you
that's
watch
all I have to say
Cloverfield
about it.
a while back, right?
Oh,
I
very
think.
long time ago. I was like a kid.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even understand what it was. I was like, "Where's the
Oh,
monster? I want to see the
oh,
monster." But all I see is,
right. Another thing, I quite like the how they obscure that we never really see the monster until like
oh, that's true.
almost the end kind of thing. I quite like that, you know.
Yeah, I
You
think for the most part, you just see the destruction happening all around. Maybe
the
you hear the
instructions, or
monster.
maybe
Yeah,
you hear the monster. Sometimes maybe a hand or like the tail
yeah,
kind of thing. That's all you get to see. But
yeah.
that
But
that
you
that
rarely see.
kind of keeps the mystery a little bit. Like I mean, we know it's a monster, but we don't know how it looks. I guess that's a
Yeah,
mystery,
yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, adds
quite like that.
intensity. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Cloverfield. You have another movie, right, Rick?
I have one more film,
All
and
right.
it's also
Go ahead.
set in New York. Well, because
Oh, it's for the brackets.
for the bracket.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What is it?
So the film I watched is Tick, Tick, dot 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 boom. They have that there was three dots in between.
Yep.
So yeah, that film starring Andrew Garfield. I'm not sure. Did you watch this too? Right? I know
I
Albert did.
I watched this. I did.
You
Yeah.
watched this too, right? Yeah. Okay. So so this film I quite yeah, no, it's actually really good. I quite enjoyed it quite a lot. It's basically yeah, again, it's a musical. Um, I'm not sure what else to say. Wait,
You're
trying
not
to
sure
think
what
of the
else to
words.
say.
Well, what are the words for this film? Because it makes me feel there's so much emotions I feel with this. Okay, well, first of all, I do vibe with the songs, but I do not actually remember them very well or like what happens. They're not memorable, but they're like good within the context of the film. I have a feeling you mentioned this before, Kel, like something about like the film, the song is not like something you'd sing along to or something like that.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like yeah, I agree with that point. Yeah, it's not something I'd sing along to. It's not something I even remember. I actually forget what the song, how the song goes
But in the
already.
moment, the songs
But
are
in the
great.
moment, they hit, yeah, and they hit hard emotionally in every way.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the like Andrew Garfield's character. I think it's like Jonathan. For what his full name was.
Jonathan
But,
Lars or something, right? I think
yeah, Jonathan Lawrence.
he's
Yeah,
a
and I like
real.
that
He's a real
it's a real
person.
person.
Jonathan
Yeah, it's a
Larson.
real
Yeah.
person. Yeah, Jonathan Larson. Yeah, he's a real person. I like that the story follows him basically like, his struggles on the rise, and then even like kind of like what happens after that. So, and I thought like he about the stuff about his friends, like like how his friends like they got sick and they're dying. Like I thought that part was kind of heart wrenching in a way, and seeing him like just struggle is Loki kind of relatable in a way. He's like, apa, he's always saying like, "Oh, I'm getting old, I'm wasting time, and I haven't like made anything in apa, I haven't like made anything in life." And like,
Oh,
oh
God.
damn,
So relatable.
why is this? I'm being personally attacked by Andrew Garfield, man. And through music as well.
I enjoyed it, but I feel attacked.
I enjoyed it when I feel attacked is through music. Yeah. Yeah, and then like see his like struggles with relationship, his struggles. You even see his struggles with procrastination. Come on, bro. You procrastinated through the whole thing. Well, not
He's
by
just
choice
like
though.
me.
Well, to be fair, that's not by choice. He literally just doesn't have the idea to come up with. I know that feeling too. We all know that feeling where you can't come up with an idea. It's
Yep.
just you're just stuck there over and over. Then once you get it, you do it all in like one day or in a
Yeah,
few
pretty much.
hours.
That's why I
So
always
yeah.
do all my essays in one night.
I needed the ideas to churn for like 4 days before it comes. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. Overall, it's quite a sad film. I guess near the end, I don't know why I got very emotional, and
Maybe Ariq is just very emotional this past
I don't
week.
know. Hey man, that it was very emotional. The most emotional part is when he had to like, I think he was like when he found out his friend has HIV, so he ran. Oh, is it AIDS or HIV? But he had like one of those, right? And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was like running through the park, and then he found the piano that he played back like the song, like with all the
Mm.
memories with his friend. Oh, that was, I don't know why that really that really struck, that hurt. And also one more thing, I know Albert. I think I kind of understand what Albert meant. He was kind of like, "Woo, yeah, baby," in the diner scene because some of the people from Hamilton were there as well.
Oh, maybe I
I
should
was
have
like,
watched Hamilton first.
yeah, I watched Hamilton first, and then when I watched this, I'm like, wait, I've seen those faces before. Oh, they're like the two main characters from Hamilton. Oh,
Ah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not just them. I mean, I think the other people, literally everyone in that diner, I'm pretty sure they were like some kind of famous
Yeah,
Broadway
I'm pretty
actor.
sure at some point one of our chat did say that. Yeah, basically all
Oh
the
yeah,
people in the diner scenes are like the legends in the musical,
yeah, in the
yeah,
Broadway industry,
in the
yeah. So
Broadway. Yeah.
yes,
So
I
yeah,
think Albert even said it's like it's the equivalent Broadway like
the equivalent of
students
Endgame.
like, yeah, Broadway students viewed this scene as the equivalent of Endgame where everyone's just assembled. So I mean, like, that's pretty. Well, I can at least appreciate that a bit because I knew some of them were from Hamilton, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no. When I watched
No,
it,
but
I
that,
was
that's
like,
really.
who?
Yeah, you're like, who are they? Yeah, no, I can understand if you go like, who are they? To be fair though, they were a bit too flamboyant to be random extras. Some of them, I'm
Mm,
like, there's no way they're just like some random people.
they have main character energy.
They really did have main character energy. All of them did. But yeah, yeah, very great film. Loved it. Gave me another depression after Hamilton, after Suzumi.
Uh, so the the theme of Avic's week so far is depression with music.
Hmm, indeed.
That's the themes of Avic's weekly watches.
But yeah, so yeah, that's why. But hey, at least it's a great film. I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out
I
of
like,
5. Just give it a
I really
5
liked it.
already.
Well, I don't want to. Why? It made me a bit too sad. Just a bit. Just a bit.
Just a tad bit too sad, you know?
A bit too sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's all my films. Do you
Honestly,
have more?
Andrew Garfield is great. Uh, I,
He is,
we
yeah.
need,
I did not
yeah.
expect Spider-Man to be good at singing, but he truly is.
uh, I guess I'll just go through them real quick so we can get to the brackets. The other two movies I watch Ghostbusters. Yep. Um,
For the bracket.
I give it a three and yeah, that's part of the bracket. That's
Yeah.
like I give it 3.5. Honestly, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I don't feel any particular way with it, kind of thing. You know, just kind
I
of
should
like,
mention.
hey, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should
What is it?
mention Albert was surprised because like when we had to fill in the form for the our bracket, right? He was said like, okay, this has to be wrong. So you guys did not fill in Ghostbusters, and we literally just said, yeah, no, we haven't watched it. We've never. I mean, like at least I've never. I completely forget because I watched it as a kid or something.
No, I just legit never watched it.
And then you legit never watched it, yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's why we didn't vote it.
Yeah.
Albert's
One
in
thing about
disbelief.
Ghostbusters that like the characters in Ghostbusters, like I don't know, the characters literally have no arc.
Mm.
It is just flat from the start to end. Um, the one thing that wasn't Ghostbusters though is like you have to remember that this is what 1984, so they don't
Right.
have those CGI stuff yet. So it's pretty impressive how they're able to have the effects of like
The
the
gun,
ghosts.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The ghost
yeah,
and the
the ghost,
guns as
the
well.
guns thingy. Yeah, those are those are impressive for that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to. I guess might as well. I'm going to finish watching Ghostbusters 2, and then I think the one with Paul Rudd. I think Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's also part of the sequel. Yeah. So I'm gonna watch that as well. Like at one point. Yeah.
Not the 2016 one. No.
No.
No, no.
No. No. No. No.
Oh, very nice.
I'm. I do. I mean, I watch bad movies, but I'm not that. I don't want to torture myself.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. And the other movies I watch, Enchanted. This is
I've
I
seen this.
believe
Yeah.
this Albert's really liked that this movie. I
I
going
co-
into it, I didn't thought I would like it as much. Turns out it's really fun. It's really
Mhm.
fun. I like the
Dude,
music. I
dude,
like the characters.
it's a reverse isekai where the
Yeah,
fantasy
pretty
girl
much.
goes to the real world.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Surprising. I like that. I like the squirrel. Or the chipmunk. I think. Pip. That's his name.
Pep.
Yeah. And wasn't the not I think his name is Nathaniel, like the stepmother uh, or the stepmother like assistant. Yeah, he got
Mhm.
such great arc, you know. He went from evil to like loving himself, and then he turns good, and then he wrote a book. Damn. What a turnaround.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. I also like the fact that Nancy go like isekai into the
Oh,
animated
she
world,
went. Yeah, she
and
went to
then she
the
marry
animated world.
Prince Prince Edward's, I think that's his name. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
They
pretty funny.
traded women, bro. They really
Pretty
did.
much they did. Yeah, they
Yeah,
traded partners
they
with each
traded
other.
partners.
Yeah. Avik was laughing in the chat just now. Like Star Machine a while back was saying she was making breakfast, and then how many minutes is that? 25 minutes later, he replied,
Cheapers.
"My breakfast burned."
Did you forget? Did you forget to turn the toast or something? It's like for 25 minutes. Oh no. For 25 minutes, it's just oh, what have I done?
What have I done? It's alright. We've all burned breakfast before.
We've all burned
Yeah.
breakfast, yeah.
I've got
Oh.
my extremely crispy toast.
Mm.
I still eat it though. I'm poor that time.
Fair enough, fair enough. Toast is toast.
Toast is toast.
Toast.
Alright, I guess that's that for weekly watchies from the two of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's only
Alright,
us.
so now
Actually, wait. Before
let's
before
get
we move
what is it?
on, do you want to bet? I bet Tegu's already back home. I bet he's already fine, but he just doesn't want to go in right now.
You know what? I am in agreement.
Yeah. All right, and with that, with that being said, we are off to the New York, New York, New York
New
bracket
York.
off. New York, beef
Were
Yorkie.
you going to say New Year?
Yeah, I was gonna say New Year and New York at the same time, so it became New York.
New York.
New York.
So yeah, the New York bracket off. So yeah, we have, like I said before, we have 16 movies that we chose, that's set in New York, and we've put them in a bracket. Alright, will you bring up the bracket? Yeah,
Bracket this is the bracket.
right here. All right, so if we let's yeah yeah we have 16 basically, 8 rounds of them on round one. So I guess should I tell the nah? You don't need to know
No, no,
the
we just start.
movies
Yeah.
now. We'll go through it one by one. All right, so let's just get into it, I suppose. So for round one, we have Taxi Driver versus the Smurfs.
Wait, I just realized something.
What is it?
Um, what are we rating for again? We haven't given
All
a
right,
clear
yeah.
idea.
I guess we should have explained that first. So yeah, for this bracket, I guess we are more reviewing kind of we're just kind of choosing the better movies in our opinions, kind of thing, right? The better
Or did it?
movies,
Wait, I forgot the
but
rules. Was
also
it
we
better
have to
movies or
consider,
their
yeah,
use
yeah,
of New
better
York? Is it?
movies. What is
And
it?
and their like usage of New York, like how is it? How they used it for the setting, or is that like
Yeah,
not
I was gonna
really a
say
part
that,
of it?
like, yeah, but so yeah, like the better, like we're going to choose based on the better movies, and then also have to consider the aspect of like how much of New
Oh,
York is actually used
how
there.
how much of New York is in? Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess
We're
that's how it
making that
is.
clear up right now, just before we start.
Yeah, pretty much is that, I guess. So yeah, let's just get into it. So round one, like I said before, Taxi Driver versus the Blue Man Smurfs.
If this was a normal bracket, I would just say like the taxi driver can run over the Smurfs, but
We're not doing a fighting bracket, Avik.
I know, I was distracted. But anyways, wait, I should mention I have not watched the taxi driver, so Kelvin,
You have to what?
I haven't
Wait, wait,
watched
wait,
it.
wait. We are talking about the 1976 Taxi Driver, the one,
Pretty sure, yeah, the one with
yeah,
Robert De
by Martin
Niro.
Scorsese. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know the whole like, you talking to me?
Oh
You
yeah,
talking
yeah,
to me?
man.
I cannot do the Denivo impression. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
fair.
sure you know that. That's some Taxi Driver. And then the whole the like the gun that slides off the forearm thing, like in Django Unchained from Dr.
Oh,
Schultz. Yeah, yeah.
oh, is that
In
also
Taxi Driver,
from?
they did the same thing as well. Yeah. Are you looking it up right now, Eric?
I think it's on HBO Go. I should look at it there. I'll let me rewatch the film in like 10 times speed.
I mean, yeah, Taxi Driver is set in New York. At one point, I think there's like Robert De Niro's character did an assassination attempt, I think, on like a political party. Honestly, I watched this
Okay.
like a while ago, so I don't remember fully what happened. I just remember that De Niro is really good in there. Yeah, yeah.
Um.
How about the
Well,
Smurfs though? You watch this? You've watched the Smurfs, right?
I have watched the Smurfs, yeah, and as far as I remembered, okay, well, this was a long time ago, but as far as I remembered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, was I don't think the movie is all that compared to Taxi Driver.
Not all of that.
Yeah, and I mean that's like about the movie in general, but I think they're like use of New York. As far as I know, I think they only used like parts of like not even the full Central
Yo,
Park, like just parts of it.
I mean, they're
Like
tiny. It takes a bit
yeah,
to walk to
to be
go
fair,
around Central Park,
to be
I
fair, yeah,
guess.
I guess a small patch of Central Park is as big as Central Park is for us. You know what? I guess. But apart from a small patch of Central Park, I think they did visit like a few other places, like here and there. They're not. I don't know. I think I remember they went to like some kind of like um shit. What is that called? Like some kind of like fun fair or something. But I don't think it's anything particular to New York. I don't believe. So as far as I know, yeah, there isn't that much, interesting usage of New York in there. I'm not sure about how about taxi drivers. I'm pretty sure they would go around New York often, right? Since they're,
I mean,
as
it is
they
a
say.
taxi, so
And
you
also,
do
it's a
go
taxi
around, I
driver.
guess.
Yeah, and also taxis are a very like common like integral part of New York. It's
I
like
guess
angkot
so.
is to Bogor.
I mean, this one's pretty easy, right? It's gotta be taxi driver,
You know what?
I
Even though I
think.
haven't watched it yet, it has to go to taxi driver. So
I mean, if you just look at the, apparently, I thought I remember the Smurfs being better than what it is, but apparently the audience score in Rotten Tomatoes is 43%. Like
I
that,
don't think it
I
was.
guess pretty bad.
I didn't remember that it was all that. I mean, it was just. I think you
I
just
thought it
liked
was
it
still
because
pretty
that
fun.
guy
I
was
think last
there.
time. Well, Neil
Not
Patrick
Bart.
Harris.
Yeah, him. Barty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Barney.
yeah, Barty's
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Compare that to like taxi drivers in Rotten Tomatoes. That's like taxi drivers like 93%.
I think it's a clean
It
sweep.
just,
Which one wins the year? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure taxi drivers wins on this one.
Uh, Unless we want to piss Albert off and make the Smurfs win the whole thing.
No, please.
But yeah, oops. Yeah, so taxi driver moves on forward. And next, we move on to the next bracket,
Moving
which
on to the
is
next matchup where we have Home Alone 2 Lost in New York versus Enchanted, a
Enchanted.
princess lost in New York.
They're all
Mm.
lost. It's about a child who's lost in New York and versus a princess who's lost in New York.
Yep. To be fair, the princess probably have the mental age of a child as well. So,
Actually, come to think of it, yeah, she's supposed to be all this like prim proper thing.
yeah.
So this is
This one's tough. This one's
this one
tough,
stuff.
especially because I just watched Enchanted, and Enchanted apparently is really good. So,
Problem is,
huh?
it's been a while since I've watched Enchanted, and it's been a while since I watched Home Alone 2 as well. But I remembered Home Alone 2 a bit clearer. But then
Home
again, we have
Alone
to
2.
include. We have to also include the usage of New York as well for this bracket, right? Just to
I
make
feel like
sense of it.
for both, right? Like
Uh,
Enchanted, they don't really go to any like landmark or anything. I guess
Wait,
if I remember correctly.
was the final scene like with the dragon and all? Wasn't that not in somewhere near Empire State or the Chrysler
Yeah, I guess
Building or
it
some
is, but it's just
monument?
kind of. But that's like that's the only time I guess that they went there. Um,
For now, yeah, that's
yeah,
one. I mean, it's one landmark for them.
yeah. How about Home Alone 2? Did they go to anything?
Does Donald Trump count as a landmark?
I was gonna say Donald Trump too.
Does he count as a Does he count as a landmark? I mean, I'm not. I think it's not fair to say like some of the pan shots did include many of the landmarks around, Chrysler
The pan.
Building, Empire State,
Yeah.
but I don't think they count. I'm not sure if he visited any of them. did he visit the Empire State? See, this is where I'm like, oh, if only I remembered vividly.
I feel like the usage of New York itself for both movies it's pretty equal. Like they don't really go to any
It's kind of
landmarks,
equal.
even if they
Yeah,
do. It's just kind of like, oh, it's there, kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. Most of Enchanted takes place in, I guess, random parts of New York, mainly sometimes the penthouse apartment or something, and then
Yeah,
I guess
pretty
that last
much.
scene in like a ballroom. Home Alone
Yeah,
took place in a hotel.
it's more to
Some
some abandoned building.
Yeah, and then the abandoned building in the end. There's a toy store. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if there's any significance of that. They went to a park, but I don't think it was Central Park, or it could be Central Park. As far as I know, there's only one park
Central
in New
Park is really
York.
big, so it could be
Yeah,
Central Park.
it could be Central Park, not just a random park.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Uh,
which one. Who do you want to vote? Do you want to vote for Enchanted or Home Alone 2?
this one's tough. This one's really tough.
No.
However, I think I have to go with the Christmas classic.
Christmas
I
classic.
think I gotta have to go with Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'll
Uh,
go with that too.
you go with that as well. All right, there you go.
Yeah,
And we have
'cause I
to.
remember that a bit more.
Yeah. I think Home Alone 2 is just a much more what you call that? It's a universal Christmas movie, I guess.
Universal Christmas movie. Everybody watches Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yep. Yep.
On
It's one.
Christmas.
It's honestly one of the best.
Yeah, by law.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Home Alone 2 advanced this round. Yeah.
It's
Quite an easy choice there. All right. Let's move to round three. Now we have the battle of the heroes. First, we have was it Spider-Man 2 versus X-Men, the first X-Men. Yeah. No, not first class. The first X-Men.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. The Spider-Man 2 you're talking about is the Sam Raimi one. So yeah. Sam Raimi X-Men. Sam Raimi X-Men. No, Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Same Remy, same
What year
Spider-Man,
is that
yeah.
X-Men? Let me see. The 2000 X-Men. Oh my god, is that old? Damn. All right. Um, I mean, Spider-Man 2 takes place in what part of Queens, right?
Oh no, I think it was just straight up Manhattan.
Is it straight up Manhattan? Oh, is
Yeah,
Queens
yeah.
only the Tom Holland one?
Queens is only the Tom Holland one.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Spider-Man 2, I guess it is in just Manhattan in general, and then in X-Men, I think in X-Men
Or
they
they
went to
just
the Statue of Liberty at the
they
end
did win
of the movie.
at the end. Yeah, at the end. I
I
think
don't remember fully in the throughout the movie if they are in New York or not.
mm,
I feel like this one is pretty it's pretty obvious, right? Like I'm pretty sure Spider-Man 2 is generally
I think
it's one of
Spider-Man
the
2 is
most beloved Spider-Man movie, right?
yeah, and it did take place a lot. I think it did use a lot of the main like Manhattan architecture. Just like it's most of it is just where like all the
And
Empire State and all that
they have
stuff.
the what's the name? The when Spider-Man stopped the train from falling off.
Yeah, to be fair,
That
like
like
those overhead trains are like I wouldn't say a
it's kind of
landmark,
a
but it's
New
like
York staple, I guess,
it's a New York
right?
staple. Yeah, kind of like at the
Yeah.
taxis, I guess. So yeah, that's that gives us the iconic the scene where like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Carefully,
so
he's a
like
hero.
careful, he's a hero.
Yeah.
So yeah, since I don't remember much from X-Men, I guess can I just have to give it to
For X-Men, another reason I'm not giving a point is because one of the villain is literally a like have the
oh, like
power of a frog.
yeah, it
So
wasn't that the
no,
one who got flung off the Statue of
he got
Liberty?
electrocuted.
Yeah,
He
he
got
got electrocuted
electrocuted.
off the.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I'll give a point for that, but I'll still vote for Spider-Man. He electrocuted a frog off the Statue of Liberty. If that ain't patriotic, I don't know what is.
How is that patriotic?
telling me, you
So
telling American viewers, can you explain to us? Do you electrocute frogs of famous landmarks? Please let us know.
is this something you guys do in 4th of July?
Oh boy, look at the date. Let's electrocute some frogs. We are so lost, bro. How did we get here?
Uh, the funny thing is that right now we're rating this New York movie set in New York, and then the two guys that that doing the brackets has never been to New York.
I know, right? I know we're talking about electrocuting frogs. No, we're still
We
giving
are
Spider-Man the win. I'm sorry.
Spider-Man is the win. Yeah, that's an
No.
easy one. Yeah.
Actually, electrocuting frogs will put that in. I don't know, maybe like a little like compilation.
All right. So Spider-Man 2 wins that round. Now moving on to the next one here, we have Night at the Museum, the first one, versus the movie I just watched, Tick Tick Boom. Mm-hmm. This one's kind of tough. I don't know,
Let's
Vic. You just
see.
watched Tick Tick Boom. You still remember Night Museum. What do you think?
Let's see. If I go with Tick Tick Boom first, right? Okay, so the main part of it is the main story about it is Broadway, but he's not like in Broadway. He's more like just a dude living in New York, trying
Mm-hmm.
to get into Broadway. I guess in a story context. You know what? It plays a strong role in the story context directly, as opposed to just another setting. So
Okay.
there has to be some points for that. Other than that, wait, I remember there was like a scene where he went down like this cinema alley where it's all like full of like movie related stuff, and then there's like this guy rapping. It was really cool. Just like this really cool guy rapping. Was drip as hell. He was rapping. I don't know if that's a staple of New York. just some just some guy in cool drip and he's like rapping. I don't know if that's a staple in New York, but like
From the Instagram reels I feel like that's a staple.
yeah, he's a landmark, all right. National landmark. Some cool dude rapping. Uh, that's how I remembered it. And of course, Tic Tac Boom was a very great film, just like overall. Night at the
Yeah,
Museum, it all takes place at, of
in the
course,
museum.
in the museum. But I forgot
But the
what
museum
museum
is a famous landmark, right?
it is. Yeah, it's a New York. I don't know what it's called exactly. New York Museum.
It's not just New York
Natural
Museum.
History of Natural History.
Museum
American
of
Museum
National
of Nat.
History.
Yeah, American Museum of Natural History. Yeah, that's where it took place. I guess
Mm.
that is. Yeah, I guess
The
it
whole
is
movie takes place
kind
in
of a
that one
landmark.
landmark.
Inside the whole landmark. Oh, that's
Yeah,
tough. Okay, so one film isn't really focused on like New York, but it has like relations to the story. But one film is purely set in an actual landmark on its own,
yeah.
full of other landmarks taken from
The,
not landmarks, but
the thing
artifacts.
is, this is kind of tough to judge because there are two very different genre here.
They are.
One makes
That's
you
also.
laugh, one's make you cry. So,
Mm.
um,
Yeah, well, what's like a family comedy? The other is like a biopic, like a drama biopic or something.
you know
Drama
what? I'm
musical.
I'm I'm gonna
Sorry.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Tick Tick Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tick Tick Boom. I think
Well,
the performance wise, I think Tick Tick Boom is um like it's better. I feel like, but enjoyment wise, Night at the Museum is definitely better. So I don't
wait,
know.
no,
I'm really gonna go with Tick Tick Boom.
I'm genuinely reconsidering like Night Museum or Tic Tac Boom because again, to be fair though, Night at the Museum has a better use of New
That is
York.
true.
I mean, sure, they didn't
Um,
explore outside, but it did. It is one whole landmark
that whole landmark
throughout
is like you know,
the whole film. It's about. It
yeah,
is about it. Really, it actually is about the museum. Uh,
yeah.
I
I feel
read.
like the chat here, Summerson is going with Tick Tick Boom. We can have
Oh.
a tiebreaker because Albert, like for fun, he filled out his own bracket kind of thing. So
uh,
I have Albert's results. We can have a tiebreaker, Epic.
hmm. What is
Yeah,
Albert's? What
let's
is
see.
Albert's
Albert
food?
chose Night at the Museum.
Whoa, what? See, I think Albert has the right thinking here. I think because, like I said, it has the better use of
Use of New
the
York.
yeah, use
Oh, the
of New
landmark, I
York.
guess.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
the landmarks. I mean, Tic Tac Boom is a great film, but Night at the Museum did have a better use of it, considerably better. Oh, is this gonna
You
be
know
an
what?
upset? This will be an upset.
You know what? Sure, yeah. Not a museum it is, I guess.
All right, maybe the first upset. Night at the Museum takes it to this is
Uh,
one
I don't
point.
know, man. It starts to choose. Do I want to choose enjoyment or sadness?
Sadness.
I'm sorry, Star Machine. We want to, following Ariq's theme of this week, we want to be sad. No, we want to be happy. I guess
We
this
want to
time.
be happy.
You
We want to avoid, yeah.
All right. Now continuing to the next round, we have the battle of the animations. Soul versus the best movie of all time, Secret Life of Pets. Hmm.
Yes.
So one, an introspective look to a man's soul, and another, um, yeah, a Secret Life of Pets.
Oh wait,
I mean,
I have watched
what is
Secret
it?
Life of Pets. I think I told you like I haven't watched this. I was thinking of Super the animals. Was it?
Super Animals. DC League
Oh
of Super Pets.
yeah, the DC League of Super Pets. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, 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 oh.
This was completely wrong.
Yeah, Secret
uh,
Secret Life. The Secret Life of Pets has the whole what's his name? Kevin Hart, right? Kevin Hart as that rabbit.
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, what do you
Well,
think,
but
Rick?
I don't remember where else they went. I know in Seoul they mostly went through the afterlife, but that's not New York. And
I mean, after they switch body, they are in New York a lot.
they went back
Yeah,
to
they went back
Harlem
to Earth.
specifically, I think.
Yeah,
A
that which
district
is
of New York, yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Uh,
and they involved there's jazz. I don't know if how important jazz is to New York.
I don't know. I don't know either. I thought jazz
I
is
don't.
more of a New Orleans thing. I thought,
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought it was like a New
right?
Orleans thing. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, but I
And I
mean,
don't.
I'm just gonna make it easy for myself. It's gonna be Soul. Like Secret Life of Pets. It's not a good movie. It's just an okay movie.
Yeah, but
Let's be
yeah,
real here.
I'm just trying to think like whether or not they've have a better use of New York or not. I can't remember.
I mean, to my
I don't
memory, they're
remember
just
what.
kind of going around New York. That's about it.
I guess it's
Yeah,
just
as
another
pets.
setting.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess the Harlem has a more specific like tie to the what is it to the main character, like how he's it's like I want to be a musician kind of guy. He wants to work on those
Right.
like
Yeah.
bars. Yeah, you
This
know what?
this
Yeah,
is
makes sense though.
uh this is to avenge Tick Tick Boom. Oh, oh yeah. What? I'm laughing here because of the chat here again. Star Machine. Yes. Was such a morning.
His
He
boarding.
just said that my dog's outside the house. Gotta chase it real quick.
Oh, he's in a secret life, man. He's running a secret life.
Let him be.
Let
Let him
be.
be.
All
Yeah.
right,
y-
so yes, Seoul makes it to the next round.
Yep. That's quite.
Next,
That's an easy one. Like
yeah.
Soul is definitely much better movie. Yeah. All right. And then we have the next round here. We have King Kong versus Ghostbusters. Yes, King Kong, the was it Peter Jackson one, right?
I think it's the Peter Jackson one, yeah, because the Kong films did not set in New York at one point.
Yeah. We are going with the Peter Jackson one here
That
with
was
the
in
Jack
Five King
Black
Kong.
and friends. Yeah.
Right, Kelvin, what did you give your thoughts on Ghostbusters since you did watch it this week?
I mean Ghostbusters. No, I watched it today.
Today, yeah, today.
This morning. But yeah, like I said before, Ghostbuster, like the movie wise, it's alright, I guess. I like it's a fun movie, but I don't think it's anything too special or anything like that. The only thing that's cool about it is just the effects. Like I said, like considering the time, that time, you know. where they don't have
Right.
CGI yet. And then New York wise, I guess they did go to. Did they actually? Did they mention the building's name? I don't know. I don't think they did, but I think they went to a library. I don't know if that library is like famous or not.
I
Is
remember there. I think there was like a big famous library in New York. I think that's where John Wick killed the
oh Cuba,
basketball player.
the basketball
Yeah.
player? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
not sure.
maybe
I'm
it
not
is
sure if
that.
it's famous because of that, but but
You know what? Yeah, there's that. I think that's only around the opening though, and then after that, it's just kind of random apartments. I think. Yeah. So I don't know.
okay.
And then compared to King Kong, King Kong, we don't. I think I don't know how much of the movie, but some parts of the movie has spanned in Skull Island, right?
Most of it was on Skull Island. The last
Yeah,
parts
but
of it was in New York.
when they get into New York, that whole scene of King Kong climbing the Empire State, right?
Was the Empire State? Yeah.
Yeah, that was like that's a that's
Fair, though.
iconic
That's like
kind of thing.
that's an iconic movie moment, though. I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
not started in that. I mean, I think King Kong has done it like his like first films back in like
Yeah.
1950s or something.
Mhm.
To
But
be
yeah,
honest, I think King Kong has to win just because of that, because it's one of those things that people like reference often. King Kong on
they
top of
reference
Empire
it so
State.
often. Like
Technically, the
every time.
Enchanted one is a similar reference where the dragon's on top of like the tower as well, falls down
I
like
guess
King
so.
Kong.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Yeah.
just changed the girl into the prince. The prince.
Yeah, they changed the
Kinda.
girl
Yeah.
to the one that like saves the guy instead of like the guy saving the
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. 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 Honestly, I
Eh,
think King Kong is a better movie as well. Yeah.
yeah, to be fair.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, my vote is on King Kong.
Yeah, I'll vote King
Yeah.
Kong because again, kind of biased. Haven't watched Ghostbusters, or at least I don't remember it properly. But King Kong is technically like just the most, what do you call it?
It's very iconic as well, I
Yeah, the
guess,
most
right?
iconic. Yeah, just arguably the most iconic out of all of this.
That is true for like only the end scene as well. It's just iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, there you go. King Kong. That's an easy pick right there. And then next in line we have Man in Black versus Cloverfield. The
It's
thing
actually
about
like
Cloverfield, all right, it is in New York. It is in I think Manhattan or something,
uh,
but it's completely destroyed.
no. That's a good thing though. Like technically, right? It's using New York as a destructible environment,
I guess so. Yeah.
and as a form of disaster as well, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. It is using the location
And in
pretty well.
defiance of the frog guy of X-Men, the Cloverfield monster did through the head of the Statue of Liberty.
That's what happened when you electrocuted 1,000 franc. A monster appear.
Just a large monster throws the head of the Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
was,
Yeah.
was was vengeance.
How about Man in Black though? Honestly, I don't remember too much from Man
I
in
don't
Black.
remember Men in Black 1 that well. I mean, as far as I remembered, um, they kind of just like, I think it was only the but that's, I'm not sure if that's the second one, but like point is I think the station, like the New York station, was kind of like a hub for them in a way, or some place that they like
Mm.
to visit often. But one, I don't remember if that was in the first film. Second, it's they only didn't like visit it like that often anyway, so I'm not sure what else,
Oh
'cause
no.
they just kind of run around New York chasing aliens.
But still though, it is yeah. Hmm. I feel the thing is, Man in Black is still a much better movie though than Cloverfield. We have to remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a much better movie for sure. So I'm gonna go with Men in Black. Yeah. Men in Black is just more fun as well to watch, right? The cricket gun and stuff.
Oh yeah. Just a
Yeah.
little gun with a massive recoil. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay. I
I'm going with
guess.
Men in Black. Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'll agree with it. Because Men in
All
Black
right,
is more iconic. Where
all
is
right,
it? There, this Men in Black beats Cloverfield.
all right. Well, all right. Now we are on to the final round
Did you like the
of
Dave?
final round of the wait no final matchup in the first round, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the Michael Bay one, versus
Hmm.
Worms.
Whoops.
When Harry meets Sally. Yep,
Their titles are way too long, man.
that is true. Yeah, TMNT versus When Harry meets Sally.
That's
I think
how, yeah,
Met
Sally.
Sally. Yeah. Um, as- I I like TMNT so much, but when Harry Met Sally is definitely a much better movie.
But I
Definitely a
don't.
much
I've
better
never
movie.
watched. I have not watched When Harry Met Sally. Like, how much of New York was like
Um, the whole movie
used
is
of
pretty
it?
much set in New York.
I know, but like, did they went to somewhere special? Did they went to the Empire State of Chrysler Liberty statue or something? I don't
Uh,
know. That's the
Not
only three
really. They
landmarks
just,
I
I
know.
mean, they're just kind of like random civilian kind of thing that's just living their life there, so they don't really go to the landmarks.
So it's just a normal like setting. It just so happens in New York.
Yeah, just yeah, they went to New York for better opportunities, something like that. When yeah, to work. Yeah, I mean
Okay,
it's a love story between the two, I guess, right?
but
Um,
but 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 turtles, turtles jumping off New York buildings, and New York sewers. Are they not a landmark?
I don't think New York sewers is I think New York sewer and like I don't know, a Florida sewer is much and different.
What do you mean? There's so much difference. One has crocodiles and one has turtles. I can't think of anything they did in TMNT where it's like
Uh,
specifically New York.
oh wait, no, that was the second one. I was thinking of like I was gonna say they went to Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks. That was the second one. Never
Oh,
mind.
but that's the second one doesn't count, right?
Yeah.
Then you
Uh,
have to go with
t-
Whams.
yeah, I'm gonna go with When Harry Met Sally. It's just a much better movie.
All right.
Like the
You know
Michael
what?
Bay TMNT. First of all, they also looks pretty horrendous. Like how the
Yeah,
turtles look.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, and it's just not that good overall. It's okay, except for that one scene. But that's not even in New York though, right? When they did the whole elevator
Oh yeah,
music
that's not in
thing.
New York. They went like in some secret compound off in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll go when Harry Met Sally, where like everything takes place in New York.
All right.
Yeah,
Let me go back to the stream real quick. So this is for the next round quarterfinals. Yep.
the
There's these are
quarterfinals.
the quarterfinals. So the ones that have been removed are the Smurfs, Enchanted, X-Men, Tick Tick Boom. It's so sad. Secret Life of Pets, Ghostbusters, Cloverfield, and TMNT. So yeah.
Ooh, yeah, feels bad though. Oh, by the way, for TMNT, go watch my solo reaction on the teaser trailer.
All right, yeah, there was that.
Yeah. Um, I'm honestly very excited for the TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Honestly, I really am. Um, yeah, it just looks so good. So yeah, if you haven't watched the trailer, go watch it, and then watch the reaction or something. But yeah. Now let's just get to the quarterfinals here. So let's just start off with round one. We have the Taxi Driver versus Home Alone 2. Um, two mentally disturbed main character. Yeah,
Let's see. Taxi Driver versus Home Alone, huh? You want the Christmas classic or the? I guess just a classic. I guess to be fair,
it's just a classic.
it's just a classic. It's just a classic. Yeah, not that I've watched it, but you know.
uh, I feel like this easy choice for me. Home Alone 2 for sure. Like Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is definitely, I don't know. I just find it more fun. I just find it a
Again, but
lot more fun.
and Taxi Driver, they didn't have any other use apart from a taxi. Is that their only
Well,
iconic thing?
I mean, I guess. I
Right.
guess. Yeah.
All right. I guess Home Alone. Okay, Home Alone had Donald Trump, and they had a taxi. So, so I guess what? That's the clear winner. I'll give it.
Home
That's not
Alone,
necessary.
man.
I don't. That's not necessary. I don't need to click that many points. So yeah, Home Alone moves. Okay, next we got Spider-Man 2 and Night at the Museum. Kind of tough. One travels around all of New York, seeing all the landmarks and stopping a train. The other, purely museum. It's purely
Purely
about the
museum.
museum. It's purely about the museum, though. It's not just a setting. It's like about the museum as well. That's what. That's the reason why it won up here against Tick Tick Boom.
Uh,
Hmm.
Spider-Man 2.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm
What
trying
if?
to think
What
back.
if?
What is it? What if what? What if what?
No, no. What if I choose Night at the Museum? You went Spider-Man 2. Oh, we're gonna have another tiebreaker.
I
Mr. Blue. Oh,
don't know.
finally, someone chimed in. Mr. Blue Bolt said, "Taxi driver or get the f out of here."
No, man. Home Alone 2 is definitely a better movie. All right,
Well, if you
Spider-Man 2 and Night at the Museum. This stuff. My
tough,
my money is with Spider-Man 2. Like again, I feel like uh it captures New York a lot better, right? You
to be
know,
fair,
like
yeah,
the
the
whole
the
subway
pers-
and then
the
going through the
perspective
streets
of
and
a
stuff.
swinging man does give better what is it,
it
like,
it uh,
view
it
of New York.
invokes New York, you know,
It
like
invokes New
swinging man,
York.
New York. That's what it
New
is.
York. Swinging man, New York. You know what? Yeah, so we'll have to give it to Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I'll
Spider-Man
give it to
2.
Spider-Man too.
Um, wait, I messed up. I went to the wrong bracket.
What?
I clicked on random buttons. Okay, never mind. Spider-Man. Okay, there you go. Spider-Man is right there. It's going to the
Yeah.
semifinals.
All right. Now, for the last two match up here, we have Soul versus King Kong.
What a way. Soul versus King Kong.
Soul versus King Kong.
I'm sorry, but like the thing is, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? One is just set in one part of New York for a bit, one district, only in
Yeah.
Harlem. King Kong is set in the Empire State. It's He's the one that made it iconic in the first place of him, breaking stuff there.
You do have a point there. You do have a point.
Why are you still voting
Ah,
for Soul? Just because it's the better film?
I like Soul a lot more though. King Kong.
I think Soul is the better film, but in terms of how much I like it, I don't actually like it as much. I mean, I don't like it a lot, you know.
Ah, God,
It
this
is the better
stuff.
film. It is the better film, but most of the good parts I don't think is even set in New York though. To be fair, it was
Well,
mostly it was mostly it was mostly in the afterlife, when all the stuff happened. Actually, wait, no, the New York was good for development.
yeah,
It's
the
good
New
for
York
character.
is the character development time, you know?
Yeah, yeah, when they accidentally made it to New York again.
Yeah. Oh, this stuff. I do like. Uh, the thing is, I don't know. Did they? How well did they capture the? What part of New York was it? In Seoul,
And so Harlem. I can't
Harlem,
remember
right?
how well it was. Like he just went to like local stores, local like dining
Yeah,
venues.
I guess King Kong is more like.
It's the more iconic setting for New York, to be fair.
I
I think
guess
it's like
so, right? Yeah, and I mean, like when I say like, I feel like Seoul and King Kong, it's like, yeah, I think Seoul is better, but I feel like a King Kong is not far off
King Kong's
for
not
me.
far off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not far off. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
in lieu with the brackets, like we have to consider
This is New York
this
centric.
is this is New York centric, yeah, and this is the King Kong is definitely more New York centric.
Yeah. Alright, alright, alright,
So
alright, alright.
I voted the wrong film. Soul made it.
Stop voting the wrong films, man.
No, no, look, King Kong's the right one. I was like, I
King
thought
Kong,
King Kong
alright,
was
alright.
on top.
Well, King Kong was on top of a building.
He was
Yeah.
briefly until he was shot down.
Briefly. Alright, yeah, so that's what we got there, and let's move on to the next one here. We have Man in Black versus When Harry Met Sally.
Whooms.
Whooms.
Whooms. Again, I've never watched When Harry Met Sally. Come on, Man in Black has to be the better. No, Mr. Bluebolt, we're not choosing the best film. We're choosing the most New Yorky one. Is that how I'm describing it this whole time?
I don't know, man.
I don't
When
know how.
Harry met when Harry met
Both
Sally
of
and Man
these
in Black, I
villains,
think you're both
they
like
just use
how
like New
good.
York as a setting, like nothing more really. Not, like
Yeah, okay.
integral.
So like the way they use it is the thing is Men in Black and When Harry Met Sally. To me, they're like how the quality wise, I think they're equal. And then we cannot really use the how much of New York they use it either because they kind of use it the same amount. So this is really a neck and neck matchup, I guess. It comes down to preference at this point. Which one do I like more, Men in Black or When Harry Met Sally? Uh, I'm guessing
um,
Ariq is choosing Men in Black because you
because I
haven't
have
watched
not
When Harry
watched
Met Sally.
When Harry Met Sally. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not conducive.
Oh, damn, this is
Only Teguh was here just to make random decisions. He'll definitely choose Men in Black. I'm pretty sure he's never watched When Harry.
he's gonna choose Men in Black, that's for sure.
And even if he did watch When Harry Met Sally somehow, some way, he's still choosing Men in Black.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, you know what? Screw it. I'll go Men in Black. I'm sorry, Harry and Sally.
Sorry, Harley. You guys never met. You guys got the Flash.
You got flashed. You guys,
They got,
they met and then they got flashed. They forgot.
yeah,
They.
yeah, they forgot. Yeah, so because of that, Men in Black, they won.
Ooh. Man, Fred Love movie is gonna be mad. Earlier before we start the stream, he mentioned if when Harry Metzley don't win, then I'm sad.
Well, if only he could give us like more context to like what they do in New York, maybe
Yeah,
might be
man, what they
better.
do in New York, like I said, they're like uh they know each other and then they a few years late they don't really know each other because they drift apart. They're not in a couple yet back then, right? They're just kind of friends. They drift apart and then oh they meet again, they become good friends again after some breakups with their previous relationship, and then they help each other to go through it, and then slowly they're like, oh yeah, you know what, I like you, and then they marry each other.
Not
Yeah.
very New Yorky. That's just romance.
I mean, what is a New Yorkie plot?
What is a New Yorkie plot? Well, how about when the museum comes to life? Wait, who lost to that again? All right, Spider-Man 2. Never mind. It's not fair. Because I thought the museum would easily beat Men in Black when Harry met Sally. Soul.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that's that for that round. Now going into the what is it called? Semis?
Finals. Yeah, semis.
Semi-finals. Yeah.
Or
All
the
right.
semifinals. Yes.
We have wait. What? We have Home Alone 2 Lost in New York versus Spider-Man 2. Ooh,
The
the second
sequels.
movie. The sequels.
The
The
battle of sequels.
the battle of sequels here. This one's tough.
Well, tough.
This one's really
Both
tough.
very good films. Both showed New York equally well ish. I think maybe Spider-Man's a bit on the better side, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Uh, th- well, both are also a classic in their own genre, kind of
I
thing.
was
You know, a
about to say
Christmas
like, oh,
classic
but
and a
Spider,
hero classic.
yeah, yeah. I was about to say like, oh, but Spider-Man uses parts of New York to attack them, the Doc Ock. But I'm like, wait, no, Home Alone 2 used an entire apartment building to set up rig
Yeah,
traps. Huh.
exactly. I don't know.
But one of
I don't
them
know.
doesn't have Donald Trump. I don't know what that's supposed to do with that information.
He is a landmark.
He is a landmark.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this. I really don't know about this, Eric.
mm,
Hmm. You
what a
know,
coin
the
flip.
best
Just to
best
make
way
it
to do this,
random.
Eric. Let's just do rock scissors papers.
Wait. So we do rock paper scissors, and then what? So who do you want to like fight for?
I'll take Home Alone 2. So you
Take
fight for
Home Alone.
Spider-Man 2.
Okay, now you're facing this way. Sorry, hang on. All right, all
Because
right.
either way, I'm like I feel like both equally has what's the name? Both equally has a chance to win, kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
they're
so
both
same with
equally
me.
good, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
they're both equally good. All right.
is this like
Uh,
best of one or just
First of one, just do it quick.
best
Like,
of one?
what do
Okay.
people do? Rock, scissors, paper, shoot, right?
Yeah, rock paper scissors shoot. Yeah, all right, you say it.
All right, all right, all right. Three, two, one. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Nope,
Oh,
scissors
it's a tie.
again. Right,
All right,
the tie. All
all right.
right. Oh,
Rock, scissors, paper, shoot.
shit. I
What, did I
lost.
won? Oh,
Yeah, you
okay,
lost.
yeah, okay. I choose rock. I choose scissors.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so Home Alone 2 advance.
Home Alone 2 advances.
And is this the first time we implement rock paper scissors
Yes,
to
yes we
determine the
have.
winner?
Yes we have. We had no other choice. We don't have any other councilmen.
Usually we have at least one more person, you know.
Yeah,
And I cannot refer to Albert's own thing because
because it's already skewed.
it's it's not even the same matchup anymore.
I would guess.
Yeah.
But next
All
we
right.
are moving on to King
Yeah, the
Kong
last
versus
one
Men in
here.
Black.
Oh, the the monkey versus
The monkey
man
versus
in
the men. Black.
monkey versus man.
Men.
King Kong did lose to man.
But they were in airplanes, Kelvin. Come on.
Yeah, and Man in Black has better equipments.
Oh, that's true. They had like flying cars. They had like flying cars and shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
we're not going. We're not doing a battle match.
definitely not thinking about a matchup. That's true.
I'm sorry, but I
I
think yeah, I think it's too obvious. We've already had this issue with Men in Black. It's just like, oh, it's just a setting.
I guess so. Which one do you think is a better movie though, King Kong or Man in Black, or do you think
Oh,
they're
it's
equal
definitely
as well?
no. I think King Kong was a funner film for me.
Mm.
Technically, I guess maybe Men in Black was better. Can't remember. Let me Google Men in
I
Black.
guess we are kind of. I'm also leaning towards more towards King Kong more, mostly because I guess the two of us are kind of biased to like what's the name movies set in like this quote unquote fantasy island kind of thing, you know, where we get to see the creatures and stuff. We like seeing those.
We
You
enjoyed the
know?
film truly, yeah, and I still think
Yeah.
like King Kong still had a better use of the area of New York, even though it was only
Yeah.
like for the last parts of the film. So the fact that they used New York better in a short film, in a short part of it, versus Men in Black throughout the entirety of it,
Mm.
that's to be
Yeah.
King Kong. That's
That's
to be King
that's
Kong,
a
right?
pretty good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Screw it. King Kong. Monkey wins.
Monkey wins. Oh
Monkey
my
wins.
god, what
All
a
right.
final matchup
Now
we have.
the final matchup: King Kong versus. Wait. Home Alone 2 versus King Kong.
What a matchup.
What a matchup this is.
You think
Just
this is actually an
imagine.
upset? I have a feeling people would think like Spider-Man 2 would make it or something. Or even what's his name? Was it Fred? He thought Harry and Sally would make it.
When Harry Met Sally is a really good movie, though.
It is a good film, but they didn't use
Yeah.
New York very well, did they? Oh.
It's just the
Oh.
location.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know.
Which-
All right,
What's
Home
that?
Alone 2 versus King Kong.
Christmas
This is
classic?
for
No,
the
something.
final. This is for the crown. Whoever wins has got the crown for the best movie set in New York.
This movie set in New York. You know what? Maybe
Home
King
Alone 2
Kong
versus King
has.
Kong.
I think King Kong has had a stretch today because, like, again, most of the film took place in Skull Island. Only like a third of it took place in New
Yeah,
York
yeah,
of King
yeah,
Kong. And Home Alone 2 at least took place fully in New York, apart from maybe like the beginning where they haven't like left.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Home Alone as well.
And to be
Just
fair, like
because
King
what
Kong
is
is
it?
a kind of a classic, but like that scene, technically, this is more like a reboot, right? Anyways,
I
I
guess
mean,
so,
sure they did.
kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. I have a feeling Home Alone would take the cake here.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty, my mind's made up. Home Alone 2 is just a Christmas classic, you know.
Home Alone.
Um, and yeah, like you said, uses the whole New York very well.
How is that awful? What do you mean? It's the best Christmas film of
Wait,
all.
actually, do people not like Home Alone 2? Home Alone 2 is like I think the
Home Alone
best Home
2.
Alone.
Home Alone 2 is better than 1, dude, in my opinion.
Yeah, right. And then yeah, we
Yeah.
don't talk about the third and fourth.
Yeah. You don't exist.
Yeah, I don't know. Home Alone 2 is a good movie, man.
What did I? Your dog is your dog is back. That took a while.
Yeah, Star Machine said my dog's back. Yeah.
3 minutes.
You know what? I think it's safe to say that the chat does not agree with our effects here. This in this
I'm a-
bracket.
Hey, we're trying to figure out which has the best use of New York as well, right? It's not just the best film, but also has the best use of New York. And genuinely, Home Alone 2 does have the best use. At least a bit better than King Kong.
Ah man, yeah. I mean, that's my take on it as well. And I also, you know what? Home Alone 2 has New York in the title.
Actually, wait, yeah, why did we think of that this whole time? Lost in New York, bro.
It's in the title.
So yeah, Home Alone 2
Yeah.
made it. So it beat quite a lot of things. The Smurfs, easy opponent. Taxi Driver, that's a difficult opponent. Spider-Man 2, very hard opponent. King Kong, quite a hard opponent. Oh, Home Alone
Yeah.
sweep.
Home Alone sweep, man.
Home Alone sweep. So yeah. So let us know what you disagree on, because I know you guys definitely.
Yeah, looking at the chat real quick here.
How's- Everyone's
Everyone
just join.
everyone is
Can,
hoping for when Harry Met Sally to win.
can, can we
Honestly, if
explain why?
Albert is here, he
Yeah.
probably would have advanced
He
a
would have
lot
probably
further.
advanced
But
further, yeah.
yeah,
But
probably would have. But Ariq hasn't seen it, and
my argument is that not only from seeing it, but like how Kelvin describes it, right? It doesn't seem to properly use New York,
I
that
mean,
yeah, all that, right?
it's a location.
Yeah, I mean it's location, but that's it. Like they didn't like use the
Yeah, I guess so.
parts directly, I guess. I don't know. Did Harry like threw the Empire State at Sally?
Maybe.
Wait.
Uh,
Did you say like Albert had his own bracket? Maybe we could show
Albert
that.
did has his own does have his own bracket here, which I will show, and it will appease the mass. Because when Harry Met Sally did win it for Albert's
Did win it for
what's the
Albert.
name? Yeah.
I'm not sure if Kelvin didn't sell when Harry met Sally well, or
I mean, like plot wise, that's literally what happened. Like you have to watch it to get like, oh, that's cute, that's sad, that's
Yeah.
like what the hell kind of
I
thing,
mean,
you know?
I get the film is good. It's more like you didn't sell it like how well they use New York. Maybe Albert would have, I don't know.
How they use
Oh,
it? They like I said, they don't really
it's just
use
a
it.
it's just a location.
Yeah, I'm not lying on that part. Here, let me share screen real quick here to show Albert's pic. I just quickly made another one.
Okay.
Here, I'll just show the entire screen right here. So, looking back, this one's Albert's list. So, at the first one, Taxi Driver wins against a Smurf, and then
Yeah.
Enchanted wins, Spider-Man 2 wins, and then Night at the Museum wins, Soul wins, and Ghostbusters, Men in Black, and When Harry Met Sally wins it as well. And then now the quarterfinals, Enchanted wins against Taxi Driver. I'm sorry, Mr. Blue Bolt. And then was this Albert have Spider-Man 2 winning against Night at the Museum. And then we have Ghostbusters winning against Soul. I guess Ghostbusters just sucked the soul.
Suck the soul.
And then when Harry Met Sally wins against Man in Black, and then now in the in the semis, we have Spider-Man 2 versus Enchanted. Spider-Man 2 wins. Ghostbuster versus When Harry Met Sally. When uh, Harry Met Sally wins, and then Spider-Man 2 versus that. And yeah, when Harry Met Sally wins it for Albert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hon- Honestly, if I'm doing the brackets alone, like it's just me doing it, it's still either going to be Spider-Man 2 or Home Alone.
Actually, yeah, no, the final would be Spider-Man 2 or Home Alone 2.
Oh no.
Very
Oh, am I
nice.
freezing?
You're freezing, but I can hear you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me just go talk about it first. Let me just refresh real quick. Yeah.
Alright. Alright, go on. Why is Bobzilla saying no? Bob, better explain what you mean by no. Actually, wait, that's not even our bracket. Hang on, let me reshare my bracket real quick. So, how do I zoom? Yeah, this is the bracket rundown again. Taxi driver didn't make it very far. Oh, what else? Where did Harry met Sally win it? Oh, it lost to Men in Black. Guys, it lost to Men in Black. We're such a disappointment. This is probably the biggest upset we've ever had. But oh,
I
nice.
don't know, man. The whole Lego Batman beating out the Dark Knight is still one. it's it's still the best upset.
No, 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 no. This is. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a bigger upset than whatever this is. So.
Yeah. Oh right. Star Mission did mention here about Spider Verse not being in the bracket. Um, when we're choosing which Spider-Man to put in the bracket because all of them are set in New York, we decided to go with Spider-Man 2 because that's mostly in New York, right? And then
Yeah.
Spider-Verse, they go places.
Because most of the Spider-Man films, like, dude, they're all set in New York, and we can't
Yeah.
just like put. You want us to put in the bracket all just different Spider-Man films?
It could have been that.
It could have been that. It will just be a Spider-Man bracket list.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. What's it name with the New York movie set in New York brackets. Yeah.
But this is
Um.
bias from Bob because he's big like Godzilla. Okay, that's just mean because he likes Godzilla. Sorry. Where's Godzilla now? We don't put him.
Yeah. Which I mean, when we choose this, we just goes by like I don't know. We just Google, and then there's a list of movies that set in New York, and we just go through that.
And then we kind of voted on which ones we have watched.
Yeah,
And to
very
be
much
honest,
that.
like Teguh did voted in as well, but he's not here, so
He's not here. That's the thing. So yeah, it's just the two of us now. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh. All right. I don't know. I guess that's about it, right? We don't
I
have
guess that
anything
wraps
else.
up. Yeah, we have no other news. No yeah, we just planned to do brackets. It would have
Yeah.
been longer if there was like four of us. But gee,
Yeah,
gee, I wonder where everyone went.
man. N- not a lot are happy with this brackets, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm glad people aren't happy. I want people to disagree. I want this video episode to be the most disliked because Home Alone 2 wins. Home Alone 2 wins because they have Donald Trump in it.
Uh, the landmark of New York. Yep, a walking
Yeah,
landmark.
a walking landmark of New York.
All right, yeah, that's about it for this week's episode. We're probably going to do another. Yeah, I think next week you're going to do another bracket as well. Again, it's March
Yeah, yeah.
Madness. Might as well do
March
a lot of
Madness.
brackets, right?
March Madness.
Yeah. Meantime, I guess let's plug it out. I guess. Man,
On a
back to
plug.
our usual time back then. About 1 hour
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah, because we didn't have anything. Yeah. All right. Let's can I plug
All right,
my
go ahead.
friends? I'll plug
You.
myself and Teguh.
Yeah, sure.
Right. You can find me on Ariq Andria on Instagram. You can find me on Ricky Do at Letterbox. I haven't updated. I watched three films. I haven't updated.
Yeah, I'll update it now, man. Yeah.
Yeah, later.
Uh. All right, and
And
Tagu.
oh, I'll do this way. And you can find Teguh at TG23399. Alay banget sih namanya. At Instagram. And you can find you can maybe find Tegidu on Twitter. He doesn't use it.
That's on Twitter. Yeah, like you do
Yeah,
on
he's on
Twitter.
Twitter. He doesn't use it.
I don't know
Right,
why it's
Kelvin?
still there. He insists to put it there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys can find me Kelvin on Instagram at KY27 and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube. And of course, you can find Albert at Wiradharma. That's JAWIRADHARMA. Yeah, that
And
he's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, all the same. And yeah, of course, you can find the Councilmen socials at Councilmen Show on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And yeah, there's an email, councilmanshow at gmail.com. If again, you want to send us something there. And yeah, subscribe to the Councilman podcast. I guess we can be found pretty much on every platform on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Stitcher, Podbean, basically everywhere you find your podcast, we are there. And yeah, if you want to catch the live stream, it's on YouTube. Yeah, and I guess yeah, we have Councilman merch at teepublic.com slash
merch.
user slash councilman show dash councilman dash show. Yeah, there's that. Get the 200 special episodes merch.
200 special episode.
Yeah, man, a shorter episode today. It's just mainly it's
Well,
because it's just
there's
the
two
two of
of
us.
us. There's two of us. Yeah, the two of us. Can I get a blackout now so we can leave you alone?
Right.
All right.
uh, a bit of a teaser, I guess, for next week is that we are doing next week was it? Is what John Wick, right? That's coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do. I don't know. Take your guess, I guess. what John Wick? What John Wick type of thing can we do with a bracket? I guess. Yeah. All right. I guess with that, the councilman, well, half of them, has spoken,
The
and
council
we'll see you.
voice, because we're half a men.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Yeah.